can't shut the door. Alrighty. I've been up for a hot minute, but laid in the bed for quite some time. Yay. Let's get this on here. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo, where I get weird, or I am weird and we get woo woo. I'll get it together. Hey, Kelsey, how are you? Lots of recuperation time and things like that. Yeah. So, as you can tell, I am still almost dead asleep. So, because I haven't had my coffee yet. My first cup, I'm sharing with you all. I saved it for you all, guys. Okay. Yay. So we're going to pull some cards and just cozy on in and check to see what the message is. I really haven't done much this last week, once or twice, really have had a good solid break. So let's see if the energies have switched up any. And just basically what comes out. I'm sitting on a pillow where like one spot is more fluffy than the other and it feels weird when I sit on it. So oh, okay. That's a good, okay. Alrighty. Hey, LP, how are you? Wait, tomorrow's Monday. So you're up a little late, right? I'm on a little late for you, aren't I? It's probably like, look at how puffy my eyes are, guys. Oh, Lord. Ooh. Went and did all kinds of stuff this weekend with the kids. I'm gonna ask for prayers and such. My uncle is in the hospital. He has something similar to, not to give away too much of his information, but he has something similar that my mom had as soon as my dad passed, where they found a pocket of infection in a joint, and it's spread throughout his system. And so when the bacteria gets bloodbound, that's like, you've got to be really careful and stuff. So they're concerned for his heart and everything, and his brain. So if you all would just send extra loving, healing energies his direction, that'd be really great. In my opinion, he's way too young. He's younger than my mom, so he's just too young to be like going through this kind of stuff. So, yeah. And you all know that the men in my family, he's the one that I always mention. I'm like, almost every single male in my family has passed except for my uncle. So we would like to keep him. I don't know what it is in our family, even the younger men in our family. Like my cousin who is my age, two of them that were roughly my age, they passed, or they were like a year or two or so younger than me. So the young ones are the ones that are still here. And so of all the patriarchs in our family, he's the only one that's left, actually. With the exception of my brother-in-law. I'm talking about blood. So anyways, I'm sending him all kinds of love and healing, and just know that we want him to stick around for a little bit longer. So anyways, alrighty. And I know that there is an exceptional amount of tragedy that is going on around the world, which we always have. But I know that there's been a lot going on in the news with it. I don't know. I don't know. People get canceled for saying anything, but my heart grieves and cries when we see innocent lives lost. And to be seeing some of the exceptionally egregious acts that have been going on to children in an insufferable amount of children, and to have people on both sides not giving a fuck or a shit. And let me be clear. I am not ignorant enough to assume that I do not believe that the initiator has anything to do with the group of people, okay, that are there. In fact, I don't know why I feel so compelled to be like, I feel like Israel needs to do a real check of themselves. They've got a real piece of work in office, much like Trump. Like, we always worried Trump would do some dumb shit across the globe that would, you know what I mean? Because his fucking arrogance. And I know that the Israeli people do not approve the vast majority of what their government is doing. And given where I'm at, I know exactly what it's like to have your fucking government act half-cock free, willy-nilly, doing whatever the fuck they want, and you feeling out of control, like you can't even stop your own government. My heart is going out to the Palestinian people. They do not fucking deserve this whatsoever. And there's an immeasurable amount of war crimes that are going on. And I cannot fucking believe that the world is standing by watching this. And it sickens me that the United States is sending more weapons over to Israel. I'm just going to tell you, my fucking government gets on my fucking goddamn nerves. So I feel the need to say it, and say it the fuck out loud, because this is some fucking bullshit. And I am watching horrific things happen. And believe you me, I know that my government has done some shitty shit, right? And I also know that there are Israeli soldiers coming forward. I just gotta fucking say this. I had a whole fucking dream last night of this. Like, I was transported into my dream was I was transported into the war zone. Like, everything was decimated. Like, I was coming back to, you know what I mean? It's not fucking okay. And we need to get a hold of our piece of shit governments, because there's a piece of shit government. Can I just say, I'm about to move to Ireland, because Ireland, they have been on the right side of history a lot in my adult. I'm just saying. They be calling some shit the fuck out, and they don't care who they piss off. And I am very grateful to them. Anyways, but it's not okay, guys. And it's not anti-Semitic to say that the government is doing shitty war crimes, okay? At no point do I want anybody harmed, but it is bullshit what's happening. And YouTube can fuck off if they don't like what I'm having to say, because a lot of people are getting censored by speaking out. It's not fucking okay. It's not okay to tell people to take certain paths and then bomb them. It's not okay to tell people to evacuate hospitals that they can't fucking evacuate. Like, this is, and then sit there and say that there's no innocent civilians. Fuck you. Somebody needs to take your motherfucking ass out. I'm waiting to watch, because that's what the fuck's going to happen. You're going to piss some countries off around you, and then, yes, World War III is going to fucking happen. Like, and I'm watching some people on the wrong side of fucking history. So anyways, if there ever was, and I don't buy, I'm not one of those spiritual people that believes that you should just keep your fucking mouth shut and like stay in your own peace. Bullshit. Because if you recognize the divinity within, you recognize divinity within others. And you can't sit quietly by watching that shit fucking happen. And I know I'm exceptionally powerless, but I sure as hell can do what I fucking can do and say something about it. So that's what I'm going to say. We're going to leave it there. And if you are so fucking irritated by what I said, guess what? Not the channel for you then. Goodbye. Get the fuck off. Peace out. And again, I recognize the difference between the individuals within these that occupy these spaces and the fucking piece of shit governmental excuses that are in place. Because equally, Israel put Netanyahu on in his power, as well as people try to say the Palestinians put Hamas in power 17 fucking years ago, and they never let it go. I mean, you know what I mean? They're kind of powerless at this fucking point. But I know firsthand to sit there and witness the same way my government sits there and goes after women, transgender, LGBTQIA. Like, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Its own, like, I know what it's like to be completely powerless over your own piece of shit government, doing shit that you just do not, and that the vast majority of people do not think is okay. So there we go. I said what I fucking said. I said what I had to say it. Like, I was like, I shouldn't be saying it. No, I should. Because I seriously, like, if you're that fucked up in the head and heart to feel like people don't get to say anything, and want to sit there and create like some sense of like somehow your tragedy is more paramount, more important than somebody else's tragedy. Fuck you. Get away from me. You're the exact energy I don't fucking. You're the nasty ass, negative, evil, vile energy I talk about on here. Get the fuck away. So I said what the fuck I said. Yeah, cutting off electricity, cutting off like kids. Damn near half of the people there are fucking children. You're a piece of shit. You're no better than Hamas. I said what I fucking said. I can't. I've seen so many videos online of children, and I swear to God, I probably wouldn't come back. How people do not turn on a dime with such horrific, like I don't know. I don't know how anybody comes back from that. I don't. It is. It's fucking weird. And the United States is giving more. Like my president is a fucking douche canoe right now. He's like, oh, it's not okay to do this, and then he gives more weapons to Israel just for them to be committing war crime after war crime after war crime after war crime, and then comes out and he's like, but it's not okay. We've got to remember the Palestinians. Really? Like, you give a shit, you dumb fuck. Really? That's why we let's give more weapons. That's right, because the United States hasn't learned in its fucking history. In its fucking history, how many times do we give weapons, and it's because of that shit happens? Like, I don't know, maybe stay the fuck out of shit to the extent of like I don't know. We fuel shit, and it pisses me the fuck off. So, anywho. Yeah. Children. You piece of shit motherfuckers. That's all I got to say. I don't care. If something comes out of your fucking mouth and you feel like it's justifiable to kill children, you are the gutter of this fucking world, and you're the evil I talk about. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Right? Me too. So, and those are the people that I don't want around me. Like, same as like if you feel like racism is okay, if you sit there and are willing to tolerate it, well, I'm not doing it. Bitch, you're part of the fucking problem. Like, the fact that you can't muster it up to say this is wrong because you're afraid to look like people will be mad at you. Like, fuck you. You're part of the goddamn problem. That's where the real divide is happening. Okay. think I had to get that out of my system. Not that it matters to anybody else or is pertinent to anybody else. Obviously, you know, people may not give a shit what I got to say on one person, but I am just not one. I cannot. The social worker in me. Fucking no. No. So, and I don't want that. I mean, when I tell you all, my dream last night was fucking crazy. I went from like feeling like I couldn't find my home, going up and down a street, back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, where's my house? Like the house was suddenly removed. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I saw something that seemed familiar. And I walked through this warped thing and it was suddenly like the images that I've been seeing, and maybe this is just my brain processing it, but I was in the war zone. Like, you know, you've been seeing those before and afters, and things were fucking demolished. And then all the things that have been going on globally, I had in my dream last night. Went into someone else's house, went to my cousin's, and like I said, oh my God, there's bed bugs. And then I saw there was a person getting sick, like vomiting, and I felt like it was like purging. It was like I was seeing so much, and there's a lot. There was a lot more. There was, anyways, things that represented stuff that's happening in other parts of the world, like symbolical things. Because, you know, Paris and the bed bugs, I was like, why the fuck did that show up in my, you know what I mean? Like shit, just like my brain was like, get it out. Gotta get, like, there's so much, I don't know. But it was weird. I've never had that experience, to walk through like some portal, like, you know, like an energy field. And then suddenly everything around me looked like it was a demolished war zone. So I'm sure everybody right now is having to purge, work through, and make sense of, which there is none. No, there's no making sense of this shit. No fucking making sense of it. Wasn't okay when this shit was happening to Ukraine. I'm not fucking okay now with this shit happening to the Palestinians. And don't even get me on what I think who's at fault. I'm gonna put this up and clear the energy really quick. By all means, I do not want to. Let me grab some sage. Anyways, but luckily I got to get it off my chest to people that understand and know me. But no, I think that it's important for people to know as a human how I'm not fucking okay with a lot of this shit. Because I certainly don't want. All right. Enough about what I've been processing and everything. Now let's get into what Spirit actually wants to tell you all. I'll probably cut it out. I can edit this at some point, but then again, I also want to be like, no, this is a really great way for me to divide that line, to have that line drawn. Like, no, here's the thing. I know I actually have a close personal relationship with more Jewish people than I do anybody that's Palestinian. And no, but none of them are okay with this shit. And they're not fucking okay with Israeli government using their heritage, their culture, and their religious beliefs to excuse this fucking bullshit. They're not okay with it. So I'm like, and I've watched people in Israel going, this is fucking bullshit. They're calling their own president a murderer. So, But Hamas is a murderer too, by all fucking means. Innocent lives. Fucking it. Like, just, just bullshit. Bullshit. So, yes, I will probably whatever. But then again, it's like, I don't want, like, I'd rather have a small group than motherfuckers like that thinking that I'm reading for them, because I'm not. I'll draw the line. All right, Spirit. Get your coffee, guys. Get your coffee. I done drank damn near all of it, so. Anyways. Right? The celebrities that are picking a side. Like, what the fuck? It sounds so. It's so. And you know what they're doing? They're doing so they can stay in the good graces. Fuck you. I'd rather not be in good graces. I'd rather not become a celebrity. I'd rather not make it big on this channel, or I'd rather not. Fuck y'all. I will not compromise my fucking morality. Like, it's disgusting when you say things so that you can maintain, or stay out of something so that you can maintain your high position. Must be nice. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't like you. So there we go. Say what I said. It's unfucking believable. Talk about selling your soul. Alrighty, so I know there's something more, though. I can tell you the message has something not to do with anything of that, but my love goes to anybody who is in horror for what they're having to see and not feeling like you can do a fucking thing. Like, seriously. And right now, there's a lot of us that are embarrassed, ashamed, and angry with our governments for just. Okay. All right. Well, we're starting off strong. Ooh. Okay. So let's see here. Right in the middle of this, y'all know when there's a center card, it becomes the overall energy. We've got the High Priestess. This is like a higher path. This is I don't know why they're saying like predestined, because that sounds very soap opera-ish, whoa, kind of thing. But this is just a higher path that somebody's meant to go down. Something that is meant for like it's the idea of destiny that you have to choose, right? Because you always have to choose your destiny. It's not something that's just like given to you. It has to be chosen through your actions. High Priestess is being that it is I feel the energy of things being written, things being known that are meant to transpire that you are not quite in your awareness yet. They just keep saying a higher path, meaning like one that has more purpose for you. We then have the Page of Pentacles on one side, and then we have the Two of Cups on the other. Hey, Blah, how are you? Hi, Angelica. Oh, I love is that on there? The heart with the cross, with like the red crosses? Like, it's not the red cross, because the red cross is red, but you know what I mean? Whatever. Empress. Feeling like that's about to become. This has been gestating. Ten of Swords. It's giving. out of the ashes of something, like Phoenix Rising type of thing. Empress, something is born. Out of decimation, something is born. That might be why like I talk about the dream and what's going on globally. Like out of something new is born. Hierophant. They're giving me like center stage in somebody's life. Like this is no longer something that is being built up to, or something that is meant for, like future speaking, like that you're trying to get to. It is something that becomes center stage, visible, viable within someone's life. Hierophant is a masculine energy. It is the realization and the actualization of as above, so below type of situation, like something that has always been meant to be, but comes into fruition and is created. Like it's a genuine, it's brought to life. So whatever has been a more purposeful, meaningful, impactful path for somebody is coming to life right now. It is as if something is rising from the ashes, because the Ten of Swords goes to the Ace of Swords. So it's like a new cycle begins. It's the end to some level of ruin, and what has been gestating is being given birth to, and it becomes a reality in someone's life. It actualizes. Okay, so tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Almost. Whatever it is. Oh, yep. It's been a process to get here. We have earned success. Six of Swords. Almost at Six of Wands. Almost at Six of Swords. It is the act of leaving the Ten of Swords and giving birth to something new, actualizing something in your life. But it's coming out with the Seven of Wands. It is the idea of, it's like owning your beliefs, owning what is right and true for you, your truth. It is, sorry, my hair on me. It is, Seven of Wands to me is not just protecting, but it is defending your beliefs. It is defending your truth. It is the actions that you take, the stance that you hold to uphold self-respect, self-love, self-worth, your fucking boundaries, right? Like this is like a ownership of it and not compromising those things. It's been quite a trek to get to that place. It's been quite a feat to try and what it has taken to secure that. Maintain that in this process, because the Six of Swords is always a process. You're going from choppy waters to calm waters, right? And it is a deep change of your emotions, of your intuition. I mean, they're charting across waters, right? Going from one land to another, and it requires that subconscious deep dive, right? And so it's like whatever it is, it was to secure your knowing, to put you in a very victorious stance. This is earned success. That's why it says right here, earned success and then valor. It is, I didn't get here easily, but I stayed true to me during this entire process. And because of that, on the other side, what I get on the other side of this process, this deep dive, this subconscious submersion, is like I come out more true to me, more capable of honoring myself and my truth and my worth. Why is that with the Page of Pentacles? Okay, we obviously are not taking half the deck, but this one came out 8 of Cups. Well, in this process, this earned success, you left something behind. Is this why the Page of Pentacles is coming in? Is this why this new start gets to happen? Like, there's this level of I didn't compromise during this process. You could have easily given in, given up. How do I say it? It's like I'm getting the energy of conforming. You could have easily conformed. Like, you didn't do things just because it was easier. Because that would have required you to compromise something, some belief, some moral understanding, some truth of yourself. It would have required you to compromise yourself, forsake the self. So you stayed true during that process. And in the end, if it meant leaving behind your success, because this is abandoned success. It's like you didn't compromise. You could have taken multiple other paths that would have brought more immediate satisfaction, more gratification, immediate sense of peace in the moment. But you stayed true to you, because in a way, choosing something else would have compromised something about what you truly wanted and desired, what was really in line with you. Like, there's a level of, if I had chosen any of these other paths, then I would have had to forsake an aspect of the self. I would have had to compromise something. Either my self-worth, my self-love, my confidence, something. You would have had to compromise something. And so you were willing to walk away from and abandon a more immediate success. And you endured this entire trek, which was quite emotional and not frequently not pleasant. You felt almost like you could drown at any moment, because with the Six of Swords, the swords are kind of like piercing the boat, right? It's like any minute now, this thing could go down. And whatever looked like it could bring a more immediate success, or could have been success, because you could have been successful at so many other paths, it just would have required you to compromise and forsake aspects of the self and not be true to yourself and your beliefs and what your wants and your desires. The 8 of Cups, you do the 8 of Cups to get to your 9 of Cups. That's what the Page of Pentacles is. That's the higher path, the more elevated, purposeful path that speaks to you. Well, there's the Death card. You left these other paths behind, which probably brought you to the fact that I felt this before. The Ten of Swords and the Empress felt like the Phoenix. It's like, when I say you probably couldn't have gotten any lower, Ten of Swords, you probably couldn't have like the decimation that happened in your life, even internally. Like, it felt like there was no lower. And this says there's a lot of great transformation, great transformers. This is what you went through. A lot, material trouble. 5 of Pentacles. It couldn't have gotten any worse. I don't think you felt like you could get any lower. Because the thing is that, can we always imagine worst case scenarios absolutely in our head? But could you have gotten any lower? Because we're talking about the Six of Swords, which is going across that psychological, emotional trench, is what I want to call it. And so it's like, despite whether somebody could have said, right, oh, this is worse, and maybe intellectually, but emotionally and psychically and at a soul level, you didn't feel internally like you could have gotten any lower. Because here's the thing, I always tell people, like, you're like the idea of, like, when we compare traumas, right? And people are like, well, this is more traumatic. And it's like, trauma is how it is received internally and what it does to one internally, right? It's like the butterfly that goes in the chrysalis and literally turns to fucking mush. This unformed substance. It literally turns to nothing and then forms something out of that. It's like, you can't compare that. You can't compare traumas. Like, what would bring you to your lowest internally, spiritually, emotionally, psychically? This is all your internal realm. Isn't the same for somebody else. There's a lot that I can power through. There's certain things that I have learned not to even mention to people. That's like, this is what would bring me down. You know, to the point of no hope, feeling like there's no resolve, feeling utterly internally powerless, even over your own internal realm. Like, what would take me there is not going to be the same thing that would somebody else could completely easily endure that and they'd be perfectly fine. You know what I mean? It wouldn't bring them to their knees. So that you can't play this little game of, well, technically this is worse, you know, like when you think of external factors intellectually, because it's not intellectually that really fucking matters, right? This is, it completely immobilized somebody. So whatever happened, this death process, this ashes that you experienced, may not be somebody else's ashes, but it sure as hell crippled you. It brought you down. We have the death card with the Five of Pentacles. It is like you were in utter total lack. Lowest of low. And something about this Page of Pentacles that brings not this higher path, this kind of like, I want to like this prescribed path for you, the one that would be ultimately in alignment, the highest path into reality for you. This Page of Pentacles is that. It is the expansion. It is, I get the feeling of your spiritual team saying, we want to celebrate you. Like, we would have been okay and understood if you got off at the million of other branches that you could have, these other paths that showed up. We would understand if you were like, look, I don't know if I'm going to make it to there. I am utter fucking mush in this chrysalis. I don't think that I can survive formless like this. I'm not so sure that I'll come out. What if when I hit those ashes, I just stay ashes? So they understand. They do. And they would have not, at any point, they would not have. It's like, we wouldn't have blamed you. Shit. And you kept pushing forward. And all the times where there was like, I'm sure this is the idea of like spirit telling you, oh, you can be successful. Oh, you can be successful. But somebody never quite felt like they could. And it's like, as soon as, but it's not the path. It's not the path. And here's the thing. You couldn't see yourself as being successful on that path, not because you wouldn't have been by certain terms, but because it just wasn't the path you were striving for. You almost couldn't let yourself. So when you would hear it, like, you'll be successful at this, I don't see it. I can't feel it. I can't, you know what I mean? And you couldn't bring yourself to do it. And so then, therefore, it wasn't successful because, like, you couldn't put your all into something. And it was like, you're like, how are you telling me this is going to be successful? Because you could have been, but you wouldn't let yourself. There was something stopping you. It wasn't spirit. It was you. It wasn't spirit. It was you. You were stopping yourself because it wasn't the one. But the more you sought this path, the more destruction you saw in your life. And the further the birth of it just felt, the more you weren't sure if you'd be able to survive. Like, did I fuck myself over is what I want to say. Why couldn't I have just picked one of those other paths? Why couldn't I just stayed with any one of these other things that would have been successful? Why couldn't I? And spirit was like, at any point they were okay with, they'd understand. There's something internal in you that kept driving and striving for something. Whatever this is, that it's in perfect alignment for you. And you did without for a long time because of this. But they're like, this Page of Pentacles is a reason to celebrate. Because finally, there's some level of reciprocity and something coming in as a result of your efforts. We have the Three of Wands. This is the epitome of the ships coming in, right? Two of Wands, you're taking action towards something. You've been striving and going after it. And finally, something is on the horizon where it comes in. Like, it's finally here, is what I want to say. Seven of Pentacles, it finally breaks ground. This is the Lord of Success Unfulfilled. When you've planted seeds and other things start to sprout, the weeds are doing just fine, everything else, but the things that you've been cultivating and nurturing and waiting on seem to take forever. And every time you came back to check on it, it was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it finally breaks ground. It finally takes off. Something finally comes through, and it's a reason to celebrate. I'm going to get a different one. I don't know what the Two of Cups is. Like, it's a reminder, or it is maybe this is new information that you really could have chosen any of those other paths and been successful, but there is something in you driving and striving for this other one, because the resistance you felt was largely you. And if your internal compass, your internal frequency is saying that is not in alignment with me, that's not in perfect alignment with me, that's not quite it, then you're going to be sending that frequency, that signal out to the universe. And so the things that started to happen around you that seemed to be blocking you externally was really just a response to your internal sonar going out. Does that make sense? Because the universe will respond in kind. The idea and notion that that self-fulfilling prophecy, where it's like you believe something so much and it comes to pass because you pulled those types of energies in. So every time you felt like there was a blockage, was it really you? Was it the universe's response to you? Was there something in the universe responding to the frequency you were sending out? I don't know why they want to go here. Two of Cups. Well, on the split, we have the Justice card and we have the Knight of Cups. There was just something in you that would not settle, that could not settle. And life around you responded in kind. It's the idea of when I say, like, integrity is when your words, actions, and energy all match. And you may have been taking action like, I'll do this. And your words may have been like, and I'm going to do this because I need peace. But something in you, your frequency, your vibration was in such contrast to the things that you were saying and trying to do that it just couldn't. You couldn't. An exciting new opportunity arrives. Ace of Wands. Career advancement, an opportunity to change your life right now. So this is, that's probably why there's this Five of Pentacles here, where they want to talk about material troubles. There's an exciting opportunity, and that's why the Page of Pentacles is the Pentacles. There's an opportunity in career. There's an opportunity coming up. There's an offer. And it takes you from being in this middle ground of not making a move. We got the Four of Pentacles, where it's like, the energy of like it is digging your heels in, afraid to do anything. It's like afraid to take action, but afraid to not take action. I don't know. That's why it feels very like stuck. We'll call it stuck. But on here, it talks about good business decisions. There's an opportunity coming in that's an exceptionally good business decision. And what came out but the Three of Wands again? There's this it says abundance, things looking very good. Receiving and making long-term plans. This is your long-term path. Tell me about the Two of Cups specifically. Of all of the Eight of Cups, here's the thing. Of all of the Eight of Cups, you've been waiting for something to come in that's like a match for you. Ten of Swords, the end of a difficult situation. It literally says that. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. New career opportunities. Again, Six of Pentacles. It literally says new career opportunities. Paying off debts. Things getting balanced back out. So as the Two of Cups is just a career opportunity. It is the right match for you. Thank you. Anything more on this that you want to share? Good morning. It's a major milestone. We have the Two of Wands with the Four of Wands. It's the foundation for everything that's to come. They're giving me something about like having a stable home. Tell me more about the Two of Wands, please. And they're also showing me this, the Four of Wands creating this protective barrier and structure around the heart. It's almost as if it's securing, like I want to say like a milestone, like it's securing. I think that's the aspect that would had to have been compromised, and one of your heart wasn't in it. Your sense of self-respect, self-love would have been compromised with any of those other paths. And it's like something about this one that preserves that. So you've been sitting in you've been sitting in the ashes for a while. It wasn't this immediate thing. Is there, I don't know the story of the Phoenix. I don't know how long it was before the Phoenix rose from the ashes. Kind of reminds you of like the story of Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Like where he was in the tomb for 3 days and then he finally arose, kind of situation where he was battling the demons, battling like the worst of, like couldn't get any worse, 10 of swords, right? Bottom of the barrel. For his soul, and had to fight before he was resurrected, before he, uh, arose. It's just an analogy. It's a story. Because we have the 9 of swords with the 5 of cups, but in this 5 of cups, something like, I feel like the anxieties, the fears, the worries, the concerns, you were in a place of paying attention to all the things that were wrong, but you finally have turned around. Something about this Page of Pentacles, this opportunity, this career opportunity, that finally allows you to go, oh, there is a way out of this. These are the 2 cups. These are the 2 cups, guys. It takes you out of this state of perpetual fear and anxiety. Something's harnessed in that. Something's in that. We got the Page of Swords, which is the message, the way out, the understanding, the information, the knowing, the offer. This is the career offer. This is a job offer. And then you're going to finally understand how to make that a reality. Remember, there's aspects that were like the High Priestess over here, like that it was like a particular path that was meant for you. You feel like you're being called to it. You're trying to find it, forgoing all these other paths to success because it just didn't sit right. It didn't feel right. It wasn't the one that was a match for you. And so you almost kind of like held yourself in place. You could have chosen any one of those. Spirit wouldn't have been upset. But there's this thing of it finally becomes very, very clear with whatever career opportunity, whatever job offer, whatever information comes to you. When you receive it, you're like, oh, everything is fucking clear finally. You understand how this new beginning is going to lead to you actualizing the things that you've wanted, actualizing this destined higher path. In the mere expression, it's almost immediately you know when this is offered, it's for you. You immediately know. 2 of Cups. You also understand the trajectory change this is going to bring in. You feel and sense and know, because we're at the Knight of Swords. This is the 180. This is the pivot. So whatever, when this comes on offer, you know this is the opportunity to change things around. Is there a reason that this is coming forward right now? Is there timing or any issue of that needs to be? You're going to feel so powerful. This has been coming through. I don't know. Sunflowers means something to somebody. This has been coming through here recently. I know around where I'm at, sunflowers are massively in bloom. This is the time of year where they really tend to be, wow. Queen of Wands, I get the feeling of standing firm, like being placed back on your throne. Stand firm. I'm asking about why now, and it feels like because this is coming in, you're going to be immensely grateful and joyful for this. We've got the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups. And you're meant to act on it. So like, for whatever reason, I feel like you're in a stance right now where it's almost like you're in the waiting, the ashes, this arrives, the opportunity for immense joy, and they're just saying, Two of Wands, take action towards it. That maybe the pivot is from being in the Queen of Wands where it's like you're waiting for something to come in and you have to, I don't understand still why this is, yeah, because it's coming in. Take action towards the thing that is offered. We got, it's really solid. It's really, this is the one. Because you've been holding back. You've been holding back from any of these other potentialities. You've been holding back these other paths. This is the one. It's going to come in, and like, this is the one you take action towards. Two of Wands. This is the one that you actually receive. This, because it's almost like, I feel like, again, it's seeking you as much as you're seeking it. There's this frequency, this match. That's why the Two of Cups is coming out. It's very solid. It may have been slow to get here, but it's exceptionally solid. This is the one you take action towards. That's why they're saying it. Three of Pentacles that work, obviously. Okay. Well, we know that. So I feel like just saying, it feels like me telling you the very next opportunity, the very next career offer, the very next potential career thing is the one you're meant to take. That's why they're coming in right now. So if you get a job offer, if you get, this doesn't feel like a bunch of things coming in at once. I think that you've moved beyond things that have come in. And that's where it's the Eight of Cups, like the abandoned success, things that could have been, and you might have regretted it, not acting on those things at the time. And you're like, I keep not doing. And it's like, because you were standing in your power, you know what you deserve. Remember? Seven of Wands, and you're waiting for that. So it's like, even when you felt like I should, there's something in you that, like, I couldn't. And then so things would happen external to you that reflected that energy that you were putting out. There's just something about this that is absolutely for you. It is a match. It is the one to say yes to. It says, seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. The time for grieving, the time for pain has passed. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. By your own command, you've brought yourself here. They're impressed. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. If you've made it through all that shit, whatever this is that's coming in, it is not like, because it is such a perfect match for you. It is nothing like what you've been experiencing. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. It's time to start your own adventure. Like, it just is. So I feel like there are things that you could go, I should have done this, and this, and this when I had the chance. And it's been a dry spell. You've been in the ashes for some time. And now something comes in and you're like, it feels right. Your heart's like, okay with it. And it's not because of desperation. It's because it's truly in alignment. And so career-wise, you're about to go down a path that does not require you to forsake any aspect of yourself. It is actually a wish fulfillment. It is a perfect match for you. You're going to be able to give birth to the thing that to this timeline, this path that you have felt drawn to. It's going to become a reality in your life. And you're going to automatically know how this leads to that. It's like when the offer comes in, shit becomes clear as far as, oh, this is what I've been feeling drawn to. I don't even think you realize exactly what it is that you were drawn to. I think that your mind tried to create scenarios where you're like, no, it's this. And when this arrives, it's not going to be exactly what you think it is. Hence the Knight of Swords. It's like, but you automatically understand. You automatically understand. Like it becomes crystal clear that this is the way for this new beginning. It becomes like it's no longer an enigma. I don't know why they're saying that. This enigma to you. You kept saying no to so much. It didn't feel right. It didn't set right. And so things would happen externally to you to reflect that. Because again, integrity, your words and actions said one thing, but your frequency said something completely different. And so it's almost like your internal compass was shutting those opportunities and shit down. It's like you would create enough hesitancy that then things would happen to close that door. And you're like, oh, and like I wish I had. And Spirit's like, I can't believe that you made it through to this place, but now that path that's been calling you, it's gonna become crystal fucking clear now. And I feel like saying it's the very next thing to be offered, the very next opportunity. It's the one you're meant to say yes to. And I don't think that you have to think about it. You feel compelled to. Yeah, new career opportunity, end of a difficult situation, expect things to change and get better from here. An exciting new opportunity, like so many cards. And it changes your life. It changes your life. So, alrighty. All right, well, that's that. It was a whole freaking hour. Yay! All right. All right. I think that's it, guys. I don't have anything else. Yeah. Hope, again, just as a reminder, you can book a private reading on my website. That is in the description box that will be below this video. And I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day, and I will see you later this week.